everyone. Before I start, my name is Donovan. It is nice to be able to teach you all. And I want to talk to you guys about my favorite animal, the red panda. The zoo is the first place I ever saw a red panda, and the first time I saw it, I fell in love with it. Just in its fluffy ringtail and its almost bandit like face, and just that bright, beautiful red fur with the black paws. But there's a very large misconception with the red panda that you may or may not still have. It's not actually a panda. It is actually a raccoon. And the reason most people don't know this is because we've only found this out in the past 10 years, 10 to 15 years. But you can very easily see that it's most likely related due to the things I just listed: the rings on its tail, the black paws, the white undercoat of its face with the coloration around the eyes, the coloring around the eyes that match the rest of it or other parts of it that go down on its face. Like how a raccoon is usually called a thief or a bandit because of the black that goes around its eyes. You can see that in the red panda too. But there isn't just one type of red panda. There are actually two. And these two types of red pandas are what we're going to be talking about. What they actually are. What they are classified as. I'm sure you guys have heard of like species, genuses, how how things are related. But these two types of red pandas represent the smallest way that we classify these, which is called a subspecies. What a subspecies is, the definition for it actually is a category in biological classification that ranks immediately below species and designates a population of particular geographic region genetically distinguishable from other such populations of the same species and capable of interbreeding successfully with them where its range overlaps theirs. So, I know that's a pretty big, there are a lot of big words in that definition. So here's what the definition is trying to say. It's saying that a subspecies are types of animals that are different due to where they live, but they are still able to interbreed, which means that the Himalayans, let's say the Himalayan and the Chinese red panda, the two types of red pandas, if we put a male of one of them, let's say we put a male of the Himalayan in with a female of the Chinese red panda together, they can reproduce. They can have babies. They can have offspring. That is the big difference. That is what makes them a subspecies. That they are able to interbreed. That they are able to reproduce successfully, even though they aren't the same thing. And subspecies also look different. One of the major differences in the Himalayan red panda compared to the Chinese red panda is the Himalayan red panda's face has much whiter fur, has a lot more white fur on its face than the Chinese red panda does. And this is due to the Himalayas, which is where the largest mountain on the planet is. It's due to all the snow there. The white face helps them survive. Where the red panda, it doesn't need that. The Chinese red panda doesn't need that. But again, a subspecies is the smallest way to classify a creature, because it is two animals of the same species but are from different parts of the world and can still reproduce. Like, let's think of dogs. Almost all dog breeds are subspecies of the canid family. That's where the word canine comes from. So let's say a pit bull and a Rottweiler mate. They can have what is known as a mutt. You've probably all heard what a mutt is. That's why there are mutts, because these animals are subspecies. The type of red panda that the Chattanooga Zoo has, is the Himalayan red panda, and they're my favorite, and I love them. But they're also very endangered, which is causing a lot of trouble in the scientific community, because we don't know if we should let these two subspecies reproduce. Should we keep the Himalayan red panda and the Chinese red panda separate, but have the risk of keeping them endangered, or maybe even losing them due to the lack of ability to breed? Or should we not let them breed together, but lose the differences in these subspecies? And I just wanted to let you guys know that. Wanted to talk to you guys about what a subspecies is. One last time, it is the smallest way to classify an animal, which is just two animals from the same species, but are different, have different traits, have different characteristics, because they are from different places. But they can still have offspring. They can still reproduce. Or, like what the definition says, they can interbreed successfully. Thank you for listening.